It's almost like the internet has taught us, or is trying to teach us rather, that if it's not hard, that you're not worthy, that it's somehow less than. I understand that, like, having a six-pack, for example, is very hard. Beyond having a six-pack, like, what is the point, honestly? I have been teaching Pilates now for years, and I see women, especially, I see men too, but a lot of my clients are women, and I see them from as early as 14 years old to as old as in their 80s. And one thing that I've observed from all of them, all varying ages at various stages in their lives, all of them hate their body. Every single one. Like, no one is satisfied. And if it's so impossible, really, to live normally, eating a normal diet, right? Nothing crazy on either end, just normal balanced diet, and just live your life and enjoy, most importantly, enjoy your life. If it's impossible to live it and enjoy it, and have the body that you want to have without putting yourself through this arduous, torturous process to obtain the physique that you want to have, then what is the point? Honestly, like, if you can't enjoy it, why are you doing it? You just want to feel like you're taking care of your body, like you're doing the best that you can, and you're being as nice as possible to yourself in that process, then honestly, that's what's going to keep you consistent over anything else. It really just depends on the person and where you want to place the most importance or emphasis on the kind of self-improvement pursuits that you want to participate in. But overall, I think the reason that majority of people have a hard time with consistency is not because they lack discipline, or because you can't swallow the hard pill or you refuse to swallow it or whatever. I think it comes from the fact that you're just not enjoying whatever it is you're trying to do, or at least you're not enjoying the process. And the process is where it all happens. If you don't have a reason for it other than, well, because I want to look hot, well, that's why you're not staying consistent. That's why I like to apply reasons like, well, because I want to do X. I want to be able to do a pull-up. I want to be able to keep up with my grandkids. I want to be able to go on hikes, be able to live my life. I think that's the biggest thing, is that, I mean, sure, maybe you can walk into a room and turn all kinds of heads by the way that you look, but if you can't do anything beyond look hot, then your life is going to be pretty empty. What does looking good do for you? And on top of that, why can't a fupa be part of looking good? We all just agree that women's bodies go through a lot, and there's a lot involved with childbirth, with rearing children, with putting everybody first before ourselves, with the mental and physical load that we take on as women. Can we just agree that that is a lot, and it is okay to have a fupa? I understand that maybe you just don't like it, you don't want it there, whatever. And so you take in all of this content of people being like, well, this is a hard pill to swallow, but you're gonna have to do X, Y, and Z, and make sure to do this, that, and blah, blah, blah. If that's what you need to help you, all means, live it, breathe it, you do you. But if you've been doing that for a while, and you just keep the cycle going of like consuming that kind of rhetoric and that kind of narrative where you're just trying to beat it into yourself and it's just not giving you the results that you need, then maybe you should consider a different path forward. The result of not having a fupa anymore is a result. It's not a process. The process of getting to that result should not feel like you have to brute force yourself through it. When somebody can't do an exercise, I get excited for them because that establishes a goal, a benchmark for them to work up to. Once they do hit that, it's like, oh wow, I was down here before and now I'm here. So I have tangible evidence of my progress through my ability. Now, I've been teaching for years, okay? Majority of my people have been coming to me from the beginning. And of course it's because they like me. Sure, fine. I mean, who wouldn't, let's be honest. But it's also because they don't have to do some kind of like mental gymnastics to even get themselves up and out of the house to come and see me. They are enjoying the process because they're working towards something, but they're still building strength, mobility, awareness, all of that stuff along the way. And it feels good in the process. That attainability is what keeps people coming back. It's not this like brute force, like gotta do it, gotta put my head down and stay disciplined and keep making all these sacrifices and hate my life the whole time. Like, no. Even though the goal wasn't to slim down or trim up or whatever, at least not in my mind, they'll still come back to me after having worked with me for, a month or two saying, listen, I can, tighten, I can snap my pants that I couldn't snap before, or, things are just fitting a little bit better or whatever. And it's those little incremental improvements that keep you going along the way. What kinds of things can't I do now that I want to be able to do in the future? What kinds of things do I want to be able to keep doing at an old age? Because that's another thing that I don't think we think about in society. Women just like thinking about menopause, they just, think about the weight gain, like all the catastrophizing that is part of the rhetoric around menopause. A lot of the reason why any of those catastrophes happen in menopause anyways is because at some point in our lives, we stopped focusing on our ability, we stopped fostering our physical ability, and we didn't take care of ourselves in that way. Gotta like backtrack and try to make up for all those years that we weren't doing those things. But there's no going back. There's only forwards. So don't go crazy and completely try to revamp who you are as a person and tell yourself that in order to be who you want to be, you have to like cocoon yourself into this cocoon of torture and misery to eventually emerge as the butterfly that you want to emerge as. Because I'm telling you right now, you're never going to be satisfied. There's always going to be something that you want to improve. And that's the way that it should be. So this idea that you have to push yourself through torture to just keep moving forwards and to keep living your life is the way to hate your life. Instead, just slow it down, just chill the F out. Seriously, chill and just keep moving forward.